Free wood over there. Yeah, come to this historical marker in Rondout if you need some firewood. It's free. What a beautiful thing. And if you see this standing like this, then you know it was me. Alright, let's get out of here before I keep talking nonsense. Take off my traction control. And let's get going. Yeah, Jimmy. Now Rondout. Oh yeah, that feels good. It's pretty hot today. I forgot to mention the date. It's June 29th, 2024. It's Saturday. And it's a beautiful day. It's a little hot. That's why I'm squidding right now. I'm squidding. I'm not wearing a jacket. I usually don't do this. You guys probably know, whoever's watching this, you guys probably know Brian636 on YouTube. He's got a huge following in Chicago. If you look at Hood Eats, episode 50, I'm in that video. Just look for my bike, KTM 390 Adventure. You could see that's how I usually ride. Full gear, jacket, pants, boots, everything. I usually do that even if it's hot. You know, I'd rather sweat than, if anything was to happen, you know, get pretty badly messed up on this rough ground. You know, if you're sliding on the ground, it's not gonna be a good time. But it's pretty hot today, and we're kind of just cruising, kind of just chilling. I figured it's worth the risk, at least today. Oh yeah, a little bit of off-roading. This is the beautiful thing about motorcycles. You can go anywhere you want, really. Especially bikes like these. You know, my dad's riding a 2012 CBR 250R, which is a single-cylinder 250. And most people would think that that's not an exciting bike to ride. But let me tell you, that's, aside from my bike, my KTM, which, as I've said many times, I'm in love with, this bike right here is just as cool, especially since we have knobby tires on it, like a dirt bike. We could ride anywhere. It keeps up with this bike, even though this bike was purposely made as an adventure machine. I got a little reflection here to see what I look like squidded out on the bike. Look at that. Yeah. Even though this is a purpose-built adventure machine with big suspension, like a dirt bike, really, this Honda CBR 250R is insanely capable. It goes everywhere that I go. Back towards the lake?
We can go left here.
Okay.
So we don't have to go like, I don't know which way. Maybe get on the highway and then get up.
Okay, I'll follow you. Whichever way is fine, really. Don't matter. As long as I'm on this bike, I'm happy. A Harley dealer right here. But yeah, as you can see, knobby tires. It's amazing. It's amazing. You put knobby tires on any bike, really, as long as it's not like a slammed Hayabusa with like zero ground clearance. As long as you have a little bit of ground clearance and a little bit of power, you know, a single cylinder 250 has enough power to go up any kind of hill you want. I remember one time we went up a hill at Road America. That's I believe it was my last video. I was talking about how we tried to get in there this year and we couldn't because the gate was closed. In previous years we rode there and we got yelled at because we rode up one of the hills, which I guess it was off limits, but it's like, come on, you got bikes riding everywhere through the woods at Road America, and that little section wasn't guarded or like sectioned off or taped off or anything, so we rode up there and instantly it was pretty difficult. It was like a sand hill, like really steep, and we went up and my dad went up. He almost got stuck. He almost started sliding backwards, but he just full power, he made it up. But instantly, as soon as he got up there, a freaking four-wheeler, like an off-road four-wheeler came up with all the staff, and they're like, ah, you can't be up here, you can't be up here. Meanwhile, he's spinning his tires trying to get up in that fall. But yeah, anyway, that bike is capable. That bike is capable, no matter what it looks. It's a beautiful bike, it really is. Like, the design is great. I think it's the best looking 250 ever made. Other than maybe like a 1990s, I forgot the name of it, RC30. It's like a Honda with a dual headlight, which I've always liked, like two circular headlights. It's such a classic look, such a classic look. I'll have to show you guys one time my dad's 1993 CBR 900RR, which is the first, basically the first super bike ever made. It's the bike that they started racing with. It's got those dual headlights. Such a gorgeous bike. I'll have to do like a little story time about that bike. It's in the garage right now. But right now we're riding bikes that are running, so that's all that matters. If you got a little moped or a little scooter, you'll have fun. You'll have fun. Anything on two wheels, really. 2 wheels, 3 wheels. I mean, if you have to ride a trike, you have to ride a trike. It's a beautiful thing. Either way. Always love to see an American flag. Remind us where we're at, what country we're in. Sometimes you forget. Yeah, Rondout. Largest train robbery in history. It's kind of a cool feeling being there, knowing that there were so many train robberies happening in California, Nevada, out west, because there was just less people, less population. So a lot more cowboys out there, really. Vaqueros. A lot more outlaws that were able to commit their crimes and not get caught for it. In an area like this that was, by the 1920s, by 1924, Chicago was already a big city. It was a huge city. That was Al Capone times. That's when bombings were happening in restaurants, stuff like that. So to know that a massive, the massivist, I'm gonna make that a word, the massivist, the biggest, largest train robbery in history happened here. It's an interesting thing. I just learned that today. I didn't even know. That's why I'm so excited to tell you guys about it, because I had no idea. I had no idea. Like, if that was a trivia question, I would think that if somebody asked me where the largest train robbery in history happened, I would say California or New Mexico or something like that. Texas. I'd probably say Texas. But no, it happened right here in Illinois, near the North Shore. Where all those, kind of close by where all those murders were happening in Winnetka. That's a story for another day, where they were finding human heads buried in the ground from serial killer. Crazy. I'll tell you guys that story eventually. I'll come back to that. I'll circle back. But yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to say. I can't remember. This motorcycle's too distracting. I'm too distracted. I don't know. Whatever. We're just cruising. Getting a little sunburn probably, to be honest, but it's alright. Could use some more farmer tan. Oh yeah. Such a gorgeous area. There's a lot of beautiful homes north of Chicago, along the whole coast. $1 million homes. Sometimes you wonder what these people do for a living, what they did, or where they got their money from. I'm sure a lot of it's inheritance from family. They were born into it. But also, there's a lot of hard-working people out there. People that made a name for themselves that came from nothing. I could say that about my grandparents. They came from Poland and made a life for all of us. I could say that about my parents as well. They came, and that's the reason why I'm here. Otherwise, who knows where I'd be. I wouldn't be alive, actually. I wouldn't even exist. It's a pretty cool thought to think about, the way things happen. It's kind of like, the whole butterfly effect thing. That's a nice old Mercedes. A certain sequence of events happen in your life and in history, in lives before yours, that caused you to be here right now in this moment. It's sort of a deep thought that I think about quite often. Just gotta appreciate everything, really. Where you came from, where you're at. Could be worse, you know, could be worse. Could be better. Could be better, but I usually think it could be worse. So it can't get better than riding this bike right now. Definitely can't get better than that. I'm not connected to his helmet right now. Usually I am. We're usually communicating, talking, but he just did a little hand signal. I think he wants to ride through those trails. That's something I would do at night. Maybe not during the day when there's people walking dogs and stuff. But standing. Oh, I got this right here. This is an Atlas throttle lock. Highly recommend if your bike does not have cruise control. All you do is you press this little button and boom, there you go. No hands, and I'm accelerating. I could stand up, sit down, and basically it creates cruise control, and just you press the little X to turn it off. It's a beautiful thing. Such a nice little and you barely notice it. It doesn't feel like it's aftermarket. It feels like it should have been there from the factory. It's such a simple device. It kind of just locks your throttle in place. I use it all the time when we're going on long road trips. It's really nice kind of to rest your right hand. That's something that when you first start riding, if you're thinking about getting a bike, you're gonna feel pain in places that you have not felt before. I remember when I was a kid riding on the back of my dad's bike and also riding dirt bikes. I would feel pain on the inside of my thighs and on the outside of my thighs. Just the seating position. Unless you've ridden horses before. That's really nice. Unless you've ridden horses before, you're not going to be used to it. So, and basically a motorcycle is an iron horse. So you're going to feel pain probably in your thighs, in your ass. You're going to feel your right hand get very tired because you're constantly throttling and you can't really let go or you're going to slow down, right? And you're going to probably feel pain in your left hand from your clutch, the clutch going in and out. You're going to feel pain in your back, your shoulders, your neck. Just everything. You're not going to be used to it. Even if you've ridden bicycles for very long, it's a different thing, because riding a motorcycle is not exercise. It's mental exercise. It's definitely mental exercise. It's a good way to clear your mind, clear your thoughts, and you obviously have to focus on the road, especially when you first begin. You got to think about shifting, you got to think about stopping, who's behind you, who's in front of you, hazards. But it's not physical exercise. It's really not. I'm really just sitting here. So after a while, you start to feel different pains. That's why it's important to kind of do different positions. I have these foam. I have foam right here on my crash bars, so I could put my legs up, you know, chill, go like that. Sometimes I put them up here. That feels pretty good. On long road trips, you got to keep moving. Like every 10 minutes, you want to do a different position, or else you're just going to be in pain. It's not really like in a car. You're basically sitting on a couch. Here, you're sitting on a little stool. A little stool, basically. But, you know, you feel the wind. You see 93 million miles of headroom above you. And there's no blind spots. It's a beautiful thing, really. It really is. I don't know if there's going to be a video on this channel where I'm not gushing about motorcycles and riding them and how much I love it. And frankly, I don't give a damn, because I just like it. I just like it a lot. It's great. It's a great thing. Sometimes I forget if I haven't ridden in a while, and then I get back on the bike, I'm like, why am I not riding more often? There's nothing better, really. Nothing better. All right, let's do a little roundabout action here. That was fun. Am I still recording? Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm pretty sure we're going towards the lake right now. What time is it? 2:30? All right. Heading over the highway. That's never fun. Being on a highway on a bike. That is never fun. So some simple videos that I want to make in the near future that I've kind of been brainstorming and thinking about recently. I just did the oil change on this bike, my little blood transfusion. That always feels great. It's like I'm doing something for this bike. I'm giving back to what it's given to me. I'm caring for my machine like it cares for me. It always feels good. Put fresh oil in it. I've put on 42 miles so far since the oil change. Yeah, I'd like to make a video about the oil change on this bike because it has a few snafus that are just annoying. And I didn't know that until I bought this bike and did my first oil change. And it's kind of a pain in a few aspects. But I've figured out ways throughout the years to make it easier and just a lot more convenient. And I want to show you guys what that's like, because it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun doing an oil change on these bikes because it's simple, but it could be complicated if you don't have the right tools and the right knowledge. There's certain like shortcuts that you can take that really saves you so much time. So yeah, I want to do that. I want to do a video about my oil change. That'll be fun. And then I'd like to kind of make a series about how to ride a bike from beginning to end, what you need to look out for, what you need to know, the knowledge. Right side of the bike is for going and stopping, and the left side of the bike is for shifting, if that makes sense. You know, you got your clutch, you got your shifter. On the right side, you got your throttle, your brake, and your rear brake. And then which one do you use? Which combination do you use? How do you stop? Do you stop in neutral? Do you pull in the clutch? There's a lot to it, and I want to make like a little series about tips for riding, how to get on your first bike. Even getting on the bike could be complicated for people, and getting off. You know, if you put your kickstand down and get off on the right side of the bike, you're probably going to burn your leg on the exhaust, which has happened to me and many people. They got that little right calf scar there. That's how you know you're a biker. You got that right calf scar, you got the farmer's tan, and you're a little bit crazy because you're on a bike. You got to be a little bit crazy. With all these vehicles around. Oh, it's hot. It's getting hot. I'm feeling it. Am I still recording? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to end this video. We're just gonna keep going for a little bit at least. I'm still talking, so that's good. That could be the send-off. That could be the send-off. Oh yeah, look at that. He's on a horse. This horse is bucking. That guy's staring at me. I look silly. I look silly. I don't need to gallop. I got gas. I got petrol fueling me. I'd really love to ride the Pacific Coast Highway in California. That would be such a nice ride. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you tuning in to another random thought. The beginning of this video started out with a little bit of history, a little bit of Wikipedia. You know, I didn't fact check it, but the little plaque that I read, the historical marker, was pretty much exactly what I read on Wikipedia, so, you know. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. I know it's been a little while since my last video, but yeah, now's the time for me to be riding. It's summertime, but I do ride in the winter too. It hurts, I'll tell you what, it hurts, but you gotta push through the pain for some things that you enjoy. So sayonara. Thank you again for watching. I think that's the third time I've said it, and I'll see ya. That was a mistake.